I am going to go get a cup of tea. So if people want to start asking questions, question in brackets in chat. That'll be useful. Oh, I better... Oh, should I'll go get my tea first, I suppose. And then I'll Twitter out. I should have got Zin to do it. I should have got Zin to Twitter out. Oh, that would have been a better idea. Yeah. BRB! I'm going to turn off my snuggly blanket. I'm living in an old people's home at the moment. Right, I'll see you. I'll see you later. That is true. Don't know if anyone could hear the conversation I was having with my mother there. Oh, what a day. What a strange day. Oh, oh my god, I'm covered in cat hair. I don't know where my Star Citizen hoodie is. It's pretty hot in here anyway. So I sit down. Are you there, Zin?
I'm here.
Cool. Zin's here. I'm not sure if they can hear you, but they will be able to when I click on this screen. I'm pretty sure they can hear you now. I'll leave that high. And I'll turn... Oh, actually, I'm not sure if I tweeted out anything. In the future, Zin, I'm going to get you to tweet out and Discord out that we're streaming, probably, question mark? And that seems like a sensible thing to do. What the fuck am I doing? Right, I'm going to click on this button so people can see my face and pretty little Chris Roberts' face. Boom. That means people can certainly hear you now. Oh, we should change the donation goal. We'll change that today because I'm going to buy the hard drives, whatever now. I was going to buy them whatever anyway. And Zin was going to get my hand-me-downs for hardware, but I'm just going to buy her new hardware because, well, that doesn't need to be a donation goal for that either. But that will probably be what donations go into. So yeah, bear with me 1 second. I cut because I've sort of my brain's imploded. I'm gonna tweet out that we are streaming. Let's do that. And if you've got any questions, people, please put question in brackets. We are streaming a little earlier than I would normally, although in the future I do want to stream for like 3 to 4 hours when we do stream, rather than just a couple. Although today we're going to be handing you over to the Star Citizen live when it goes live at 4 PM UTC, I think. And we'll be talking lots about 3.12.1. Let me... We are live and talking about all the new Star Citizen stuff. What is this? Baz 18 dud. Baz 18 is it Basiled? I don't know how to read numbers in people's names. Thank you very much for your patronage, your money, your sub, your Twitch.tv. What is going on? BoredGamer UK. Thank you very much. Much appreciated. Yeah, that'll do. That'll do. That's a tweet. That's not a tweet. That's a lie. That's a Discord. Let's get rid of Steam. Let's get rid of Discord. Let's get rid of my Audacity. What else am I doing? Yeah. Look how organised I am. This is top tier organisation, eh? BoredGamer. I am BoredGamer. Star Citizen. Bam. Easy game. Oh, so organised. Got my tea. We've got this. People can everyone hear Zin? Say hello again, Zin.
Hello again, Zin.
I think people can hear her. I hope she's at a good volume. And if you'd like to ask me or her a question during the stream, a question in the brackets. So 3.12.1 is live, and that's probably the most major news of the day and of the week. And we did expect it to go live for the weekend. It is the weekend, so that's good. There are a couple of problems with the patch still. Lots of little edge cases. Star Citizen's still alpha for a reason. Xeno Threat is not live yet. It is sort of, but it's not. But it is, but it's not. We're waiting for the first phase of the mission to go live. Actually, let's show this up on screen so you can see what's going on here. So we've got Assault on Stanton. Defend against the Assault on Stanton. Protect a Javelin while it resupplies.
Did you say defend against the Salt at Stanton?
Assault. No, yeah, fuck it. Defend against the Salt at Stanton. That's even better. Hold the line. hold the line. So you got to buy stonks, the strongest of all stocks. Actually, no. That's no financial advice here. Don't listen to us if we make any jokes about GameStop or anything like that. That is a meme rather than financial advice. So basically, you're defending a javelin, resupplying a javelin at Jericho Station. Some bits to do with that, and then there's a bit of a big old fleet battle with javelin and Idris and stuff going on. Now, in the PTU, the expectation, or when we've previously played it, the idea is that the phases follow on from each other, and once you've completed one of the phases, it will move on, what we thought, immediately to the next phase. However, the way the phases are described on this page, with just phase 1 being prepare for Xenothreat attack, and that's phase 1, which is hardly a phase, because how is that different from throughout the rest of Star Citizen? 10 years ago, when Star Citizen was first a glint in Chris Roberts' eyes, we were still in phase 1. But either later this evening or tomorrow, it looks like it will go into the next phase, and Xenothreat will actually be attacking, and we'll be ferrying those cargo containers from a nearby wreck site to Jericho, and Xenothreat will be attacking that javelin, and we'll have to see what happens. Like, will the phases immediately follow from each other, or will it be a good few hours before we get phase 2, then phase 3, then phase 4, and all that sort of jazz? But you'll see the Xenothreat if it's in your server. If the mission's active, you'll see it in priority in the general missions tab. It'll just be a priority little thing there, so you won't miss it, and you can join it at any stage as far as I'm aware. Thank you very much for all the love, very much appreciated. But we're sort of like, we're a bit confused on if they've changed the way I perceived that it was going to be done. What do you think at the moment, Zin? From looking at that, do you think it's going to immediately follow in? So as soon as phase 2 goes live and the event starts, do you think it will go to phase 2 and then you can actually complete the full loop of Xenothreat? Or do you think that it will be like, yeah, you've completed the restocking of the Javelin, it might happen, we're now sort of in phase 3, but it might not happen for another 24 hours? Do you think it's going to be like that?
I have no idea. This could all just be part of their plan. Maybe this is like a intro, and then it will go into, we tried to restock the Javelin, but they blew it up. We need your help. And then we go and gather resources.
So I would have preferred it then if they hadn't named it as phases. Do you see what I mean? So in this CDF initiative updates, they shouldn't have referred to it as phase 1. They should have just gone incoming threat, and then come out as like a news broadcast. The problem with naming it phase 1 is it gives expectations, and also so maybe just a little bit of a marketing / branding error with that. Nothing major. We'll have to see how the event goes. Like, I'm super excited for it. It's the thing I've been most excited for Star Citizen for quite some time. That's not a CitizenCon or some sort of major event. I mean, Fleet Week in May last year was pretty cool. You weren't working for me then, were you, Sid? You haven't actually been working for that long, thinking about it.
No. September.
Okay. So, yeah, Fleet Week, again, end of May this year, should be pretty cool, because they will have elements of last year's Fleet Week and new updates from the stuff they've learned from these dynamic events. But typically big old fleet battles, well, big old UE fleet flying around going, look at us, we are cool! And lots of stuff like that. And lots of new people flying around. The real 3.0 threat is a 30k. Are people getting lots of 30ks in this 3.12.1 patch? I have not experienced a 30k in this patch. However, I have played for under 2 hours in 3.12.1 live. So, this entire year of 2021 and the first quarter of 2022 will require immense patience to allow CIG to develop, test, patch, and optimize the tech required to change this game ready to go to the next phase of making this into a true MMO. So, Kemi, I sort of agree with you, but I'm also gonna stomp on what you said a little bit by saying, You're going to have to be waiting a lot longer than that before Star Citizen's a optimized game of any sorts. I know you're saying that you want core tech, sort of, a lot of the major core tech done by Q1 2021, 2022 in fact. And that makes sense. I still think that's relatively optimistic. Thank you! I like money! I appreciate your money. Joe Beastmaster. I mean, you haven't even sent me a message, but I think that might be the best kind of money, actually. Thanks. I think I might owe Zin a little tiny bit of money from specific donos to her. Or did I buy?
Yeah,
or did I give you like takeaway or something instead of that?
No. Okay. People gave me money. I have not yet received that money.
Yeah. It's all right. So it is in the donation log. I'll go through that and add it to your. We'll do it. I'll add it to your monthly pay, but it will have to be done as bonus. You have to be taxed on it.
Yeah, well, that's how it should be done anyway.
Yeah. I just list everything down and then give it to my accountant. So this happened. What do I do? How much do I pay? Why? Actually, I don't say why. I just obediently nod.
Why am I paying this money?
Just obediently nod. Is there anything I can do to pay, less but not get in trouble? That might be a question, but rephrased in a way that sounds less like a little weasel boy. Are you a little weasel boy? No. I am not a little weasel boy. I'm a potato. Zin Tough Boss. Zin's going to be really beneficial to BoredGamer in the fact that she doesn't take shit, not even for me. She's one of my best mates in the world. She's very, very militantly organised and blunt and direct. So if I ever do something she doesn't like, I don't have to worry about her not telling me or festering or being angry. She'll tell me. I am very much similarly inclined as well. Although there's a lot of low effortness that I have as well, which I'll just be like, nah, don't worry about it, and genuinely let stuff go. Maybe that I shouldn't, and maybe I should Zin, I don't give you much feedback, do I? Beyond get it done.
Yeah.
Or do it quicker and worse. That's the sort of level of feedback I've been giving Zin. So maybe a bit more feedback might actually.
You're putting too much time and effort into this video.
Yeah. I don't you working for 3 days on a video that needs to be out that day. If it's a quick... so some videos, most of the videos I make at the moment are quick news videos. And the ones I really want you to work on are like the guides and the more complex videos. But as you said the other day, when I gave you that Persistent Universe video and was like, oh, this is what I want you to do. I want you to make it as good as possible. Your computer sort of imploded because of the amount of videos you cut into it.
Mm-hmm.
So yeah, we'll get some. I can't believe I've had to wait since October for some of my hardware to turn up for my PC. I'm still waiting for my CPU and GPU for my PC. I cannot believe the artificial scarcity bullshit. It's not artificial scarcity. The actual scarcity bullshit on those cards and CPUs and scalping. Oh, I'm so glad I do not scalp. I've been tempted to scalp when I was younger. I've even talked to Zin's partner about talking about buying certain things and selling them. He's like, that's close to scalping. And I've gone, okay, well, I won't do that then. And we've even talked about doing scalper liberation stuff. But I fucking hate scalpers now. Oh, because they stop me getting the things that I want. Yeah, I think a lot of people are having quite a good experience with 3.12.1 Live. Some people are obviously not, but as is the way with Star Citizen, I'm hoping that many more people are able to play the game and enjoy Star Citizen in 3.12.1 than there were in previous branches that enjoyed it. If they are pushing towards that, that's good in an alpha. At least it's not not terrible. My contents is looking good. What you mean, like you X-raying me? You my content is looking good. That's thank you, appreciate it. Sin will probably go, it's because I'm editing it. This is, I don't know if you can see in the stream, Sin, but I'm doing the way you look. That's that. That's the way she looks. Right. Hi, do you have any details on the 400i Parasite is it really named 69X. And someone has been trolling you, or you're trying to make some jokes. But if you genuinely believed that there's a 69X as a parasite ship in the 400i, my friend, you have been you've been misled. And it has to slide in under the 400 backwards and suctions to the bottom. Nice. It's called the Big Spoon. It sort of wraps around. No, so 400i is an Origin ship that was rumoured, which Star Citizen Leaks seem to think was going to be in 3.12's branch, and it might be. There might be a 400i that turns up in the 3.12 branch, but there's no hard evidence of that until it's actually released. And we have seen pictures of something that looks pretty cool that have not been officially released by CIG. That could be the 400i, and it looks like it's a likely thing to happen, but we don't know exactly when, and we don't know if it's going to be in 3.12. We don't know if it's going to be next year, and we don't know if it's 100% real. So sort of bear that in mind. It is a rumour at the moment, but no.
That covers one of the questions.
Ah, perfect. But no 69X.
Is the 400i actually in existence? Like, has it been confirmed?
It has not been confirmed by CIG or anyone else that would be reliably 100% be able to confirm it. So at most you could have that it looks likely because of the leaks, and but it could very much have been something they've canned or something they've changed as well, or something they're still working on. Is server meshing or iCache possible this year? Yes, iCache has been rolled into the greater persistent streaming and server meshing set of features, but iCache will still be stepped, as far as I'm aware, in throughout this year. Server meshing is still possible by the end of this year. However, it's less likely now at the moment. But Cloud Imperium has said, yes, it's still possible for server meshing this year.
Do you know when Valentine's Day sale will start and what ships will be in it?
So I'm going to reduce your voice very slightly because people have said that your voice is loud. Zin, her voice is a lot louder than yours. A lot louder. I will reduce it by 15%. Yeah. Say something again, Zin?
Something again, Zin?
Perfect. I'll fractionally more.
Valentine's Day sale, when will it start and what ships will be in it?
So Valentine's Day is on the 14th, obviously. It will almost certainly start next week at some point. But there is a sale on at the moment for ships, so gear up. Let me show you what's going on here. So 3.12.1 has a ship sale with a load of military ships. So the Anvil Arrow, the Gladius, the Buccaneer, the Gladiator, although I think Gladiator's one of those ships that people aren't really using much at the moment, although when they add gravity bombs, maybe people will. I'm going to lower the sounds. No, actually I'm not. Is that alright? Is the music sound alright? Oh, it's a little loud, isn't it? Let's do that. Yeah, got the Anvil Gladiator. We do know they are working on gravity bombs this year, so potentially loadouts for that. Especially if they have cool new homesteads and points of interest on the ground, and missions are to attack and assault installations, then that will be really cool. But for this attack on Stanton and Xenothreat, I'm not sure how useful it is. Maybe it is. It's got got the Sabre, got the Cutlass Blue. I love the Cutlass Blue. We've got the F7C Super Hornet. We've got the Vanguard series. We've got the Retaliator Bomber, and we've got the Eclipse. So a load of different military ships, which are going to be very useful for attacking fleets and attacking capital ships. And then you've got Warbond upgrade to the Retaliator and Warbond upgrade to the Wardon. So cheaper upgrades if you buy with real money, basically. Yeah, get some ships if you want some ships. But you can get it all in game. You can get it all in game.
I have a friend whom wants an MSR. Any idea when it will go back on sale?
I would expect it to go back on sale for Fleet Week in May. That's my expectation there. It's potential. There's a potential that they could sell it as a Valentine's Day ship as well, because, you know,
everybody loves the MSR.
Yeah, and it's a cool little multi-crew ship. Whether you're in sort of like a polyamorous relationship with multiple people, or just one other person, or just yourself, and you want to have a long-lasting relationship with AI, it's an option. It's an option.
Would you like to hire me for Xenothreat security?
I already employ you, Sin.
That's not my question.
Why do you ask it then? That's weird.
It's somebody else's question.
Okay. You're more than welcome to join us when we do Xenothreat stuff. Zin is organising an event. I say Zin, we're sort of very loosely organising. So her first event that she's going to be running for BoredGamer is going to be Xenothreat. We might do it this weekend, maybe. When it goes more properly live and we can actually do bits of it, we'll chuck it up on the Discord.
It's more like going to be, well, I don't know what's happening with it, like how it's going to play out and stuff, but I'd probably, maybe this weekend, but more likely Monday.
Okay. I've also just realised something is, and that makes me feel uncomfortable. Do you know what makes me feel uncomfortable on this page here? Can you see what I'm looking at on the Gear Up page? So, what makes me uncomfortable is the fact that the Idris, isn't super close. It's quite close, but it's not super close, yeah? Yeah. And its turret, its rear turret, is shooting into the distance. Pew, 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 yeah? How big is that Gladius in the top left, then?
No, it's just really close.
Okay. So how are the shots from the little turret on its hull like that? Okay. How big is that Gladius, Sin? Yeah, that's what I thought.
It's all perspective.
It is all perspective, and this proves to me that Star Citizen's a scam. Just this little circle here, scam. Can't believe this. I can't believe they set this up. It's really for some reason it makes me feel really uncomfortable. I don't like perspective stuff when it's done like that, because I look at it and go, this is some form of deep fake, and then I go, of course it is.
It's literally a composite image. It's not.
I know.
Actual.
What? What?
Yeah, Gladius XL.
Oh, mate. I want a big old Gladius now.
Massive fucking Gladius the size of an Idris.
Oh my god. Yeah, it'd be pretty big actually. Oh we have to someone work out scale for me at some point. But yeah, so Gladius XL confirmed with bacon and cheese. Oh, I had so over to my right, you can't see. I've got half the remains of a German doner kebab. And these are great. The chicken doner meat in them is superb. It's not like trash. It's not composite meat. To borrow.
Is that from GDK?
Yes, it is.
Yeah, proper good. Thigh meat. Good. That is.
Yeah, and it's delicious. Yeah, and we'll have the other half for my dinner. Is the thing. And because I'm going running for over an hour a day, I feel like I can eat a little bit, more naughtily. I need to get you. Have you got a room in your house for a rowing machine or a running machine?
We will do, once we've sorted out the dining room.
Yeah. Recommend anyone that's locked in the house for lockdowns or because they haven't got any friends to go out to see. Get a rowing machine. Or go for a run, or a rowing machine or something. Mercury Star Runner for Valentine's Day will mean mushy sentimental ride. What? MS. I see. What else could it stand for? My sexy room. I don't know. No. I don't know. I'm not good at
Monkey sexy room.
That's perfect. And for those of you who don't know, my sort of nickname, my gaming nickname that's the pre-BoredGamer is Monkey, which is, you will hear Zin call me Monkey quite regularly, especially if you listen into occasional outtakes which are not outtaken. They're just left in videos when I just go. People know that it's more of a homebrew content sort of an editing. Actually, you can tell if it's my editing because I will definitely leave it in. Will there be a 420i and the X69 package? Wow. Board, do you think Star Citizen will eventually offer political roles for players and things like that. Or maybe even player-made nations. So that's something you could certainly set up yourself in-game with orcs. Like, they sort of do that in EVE and things like that. So there will be enough players and enough influence exerted from players on the economy and stuff that you can do all of that in-game without more in-game systems supporting it, because they will sort of already support your social network and things like that. So bear that in mind. There may be other ways of influencing things with game systems as well, with votes, with governors, but they have not confirmed anything like that. I think they're probably open to it. I mean, the narrative team they exert a huge influence on the game, and they probably want to push for more game features in the future. But I do expect that there will be, at the very least, website-based votes for certain things, like we had with Addison. And maybe in the future we'll have votes that maybe players can win. Maybe. But I think most of the stuff they'll want to keep in-game with the in-game systems they sort of already discussed. But, I mean, you can get... Will there be a marriage system in-game? Well, you can say you're married. You can enforce those systems. You can have a wedding in-game if you want. Do you see what I mean? Like... A lot of that is sandbox, and you can do it yourself. What else, Sin? Give me another one.
Where should I message you to claim a ship I won from your channel?
Who is that?
That is Jay Wright.
Cool. Message me a giveaway at boardgamer.co.uk, and make sure you've replied to the original YouTube message as well. And if you can't find exactly where that comment is, I can send you a link to that. Basically there I can check to make sure it is your account, and then I'll get your thingy shipped to you later today if I can. Two of the winners know one another, and they've said, can we merge our prize into one prize, one ship? I don't mean to be insulting. What? Sorry. So they said, is it possible to have the two ships they've won instead be one ship and go to one person's account, because they've already got a load of ships apparently, or something like that. But,
okay.
And I said, "Oh, really? You've won these ones?" And I went, "But if no one claims if the person that's supposed to have claimed the Talon doesn't claim it in time, then you can have the Talon instead of those two." So I'm just sort of tracking that. I shouldn't really do that. I should just have a really rigid policy, but I sort of said it to them, and now I won't retract it. But I assume the person will claim the Talon. That guy might be the one that's got the Talon. I don't know. I'm a soft touch. That's what I'm saying, Sin. I'm the people's potato.
This is why you need me.
Well, eventually you'll take over all of this stuff, to be honest. And I'll just be the talent. That's what they call me. They call me the talent. The talent. Zin, try that. Try calling me the talent.
You're the talent.
Can't believe you were so compliant with that. Okay, thanks. No, I don't like it.
Could you make the impossible happen by please telling Star Citizen to focus on base mechanics and mining so I can be a space pioneer? Pretty please with MSIs on top.
So, I can't make the impossible happen, and if I did make that happen, it would no longer be impossible. So, you've put me in a very, very awkward position. However, they are going to be working on, and are working on, sort of steps towards bases at the moment. They've talked about the expanding sort of base mechanics very briefly, and we know they are at the very least looking at that. And with the points of interest they're working on, the new homestead stuff for AI, the colonialism pack for outposts, that is steps towards base building. So you're going to be getting that probably in the next sort of 18 months, 2 years sort of thing, some form of base building, and mining and refining and loads of other gameplay loops associated with that, and economy stuff that is being worked on right now. I mean, refining and mining is obviously the most fleshed out of the loops, and then they're going to be building that into the dynamic economy, but everything's being built into the dynamic economy at the same time. So what else we got, Sin?
Do the current war bond packages have lifetime insurance?
The war bond packages, I would not expect so. Let me check. What's this war bond upgrade have?
They usually come with like 10 months or something like that, don't they? No,
so it's
10 years.
Always so it's always in at least a minimum of 12 months with a war bond package, I believe. Huh.
Huh.
I don't know. It says Warbond Edition does not list the amount of months it gets. So I assume it's just keeps the base packages insurance, whatever that is. So no additional insurance on the Warbond upgrades. The Warbond packages, are these Warbond packages? Is the other thing. They do not appear to be Warbond packages either. They are just available. The other ships. So these do not appear to be Warbonds. And the Warbond upgrades don't appear to come with additional insurance. Scroll down. Bear with me 1 second. Let me log into my other account. Just in case it's a thingamajig sale. Concierge. Is that Match of the Day I'm singing?
Yeah, I think so.
It just says standalone. They don't appear to be Warbonds. Just the Warbond upgrades. This I haven't got. Give me another one, Zin. Chuck another one at me.
Am I right in saying there's been a wipe in game?
You are incorrect. You're incorrect in saying that. The 3.12.1 has seen no asset and money wipe. None of that, as far as I'm aware. You might have had bugs. There might be problems with some of people's persistence data, but shouldn't have been a wipe. You have to remake your character, like you always do. There's the it's like a light database reset, but it's not an asset reset.
What is your opinion of the Hammerhead? Is it still the super heavy baller ship that it used to be, or is it a junker that requires too many crew to be useful?
That's a really good question, actually. So, it's definitely going to be great when we have NPC crew and AI crew, AI modules. But at the moment, it does take a lot of crew to make it effective. It's definitely a cool ship, and there's a lot of other cool ships that have come along as well, though. Is the thing. So, I don't think it's a junker. I just think...
What would be a viable alternative?
So, 5 people running their own ships. 5
Okay.
Wardens. 5 Vanguards would be incredibly effective in Xenothreat at the moment. Or running a Carrack and a couple of ships. Or running two Mercury Star Runners and another ship. So, multiple ships give you a load more flexibility for lots of things. But obviously not everyone wants to pilot ships. Some people want to be gunners. But we don't have all the gameplay yet to support full multi-crew with damage control and engineering and all that sort of jazz, and physicalized components and aiming at certain areas of the ships and actual non-artificial health pools, and that physical damage system is going to be really cool. So there's a load of stuff that's coming to the game which is important that will make multi-crew and ship battles a lot better and make the Hammerhead incredibly good fun. But at the moment, we're sort of like, we have limited placeholder gameplay for a lot of this. Give me some more. Give me some more, Zin. Give me.
Buying ships in game, you'll still lose at server wipes, right?
Buying ships in game for in-game money, you will lose when they have persistent data wipes. Yes, long-term persistent data wipes.
Which they haven't had for a while.
They have not had for a while. They try not to have them.
Is cargo running viable in 3.12.1? Are the supply inventories large enough to be able to run large loads of cargo ships between locations?
So 2 things here. I just want to show the persistent database stuff. So long-term persistence says enabled. That means there's not been an asset wipe. So if they've disabled it or it's been wiped or whatever, you'll see it there. Database reset is basically your character being reset. and your loadouts and things occasionally being reset as well. So, so you said, has the trade inventory's been sorted? So, as patch notes, and from a 10-second look from me, it is fixed in the patch notes, and it is fixed as far as I could tell. There's 2 major bug fixes for that in the patch notes. So I have not tested it with large scale. I've not tested it with medium scale inventory, but I was able to buy and sell totally fine. So it looks like it is now fixed. To what extent is cargo viable in 3.12.1? I have not tested it yet, but I believe it should be good now.
Are we going to get a 400i for Valentine's Day sale?
That's quite possible. That's a possibility, not a confirmation. I have not heard that. I haven't even heard that rumoured on the grapevine beyond what you've just said there.
After COVID, do you think CIG will back away from plans to introduce communicable diseases into the game?
No, I don't think they'll back away from that.
No, I don't.
Disease still exists. Like
it has existed and it will exist. You can't just suddenly go, oh no, we've had an outbreak. Let's not do that.
COVID was a terrible thing that happened to us. Let's never talk about it again. What? Talk about it. It's part of our history. Actually, let's not get. Although I'll get political and grumpy.
In fact, yeah, stepping away from political and grumpy. Do you remember the WoW virus they had?
I do. You don't. You didn't play WoW during that time.
No, but I know
you
of
heard about it. Yeah.
So pathologists or people who like do research on like viruses and how they transmit actually use that as a use case
data. Yeah.
Not for corona data.
No, they did use it for corona data.
But they use it for just general looking at how stuff transmits and stuff.
Yeah, so for people that don't know, there was in World of Warcraft, I think it was a debuff from a raid.
Yeah.
So basically, people that died or left the raid with this debuff, you were able to transmit it to people, but when you died, you lost it. But unfortunately, some people spawned with it, or some people didn't lose it when they died immediately. So NPCs could get it as well. Some of these NPCs were pretty much invulnerable, or were in places where they'd be there for a long time, and a lot of player traffic would go through. So like Orgrimmar or places like that. So which is the main horde city. So people would just be picking this disease up, and it would be debuffing everyone in the area and spreading to everyone constantly. And you have to kill off this entire area, and so they literally had to leave everything to die and make sure no one had it before going back in. And it's madness.
Because they used it as how society basically responds to that sort of thing, and people were literally going out of their way to get it and spread it, just because they're dickheads.
But also there were people that were trying to organise lockdowns of areas. Yeah. So going, no, none of us go in, or let everyone die in that area and then go in. So it was really interesting WoW data, and to see how people on different servers cleared it, because some servers cleared it very quickly, and other servers, I think, unless they had intervened, would probably still have it to this day. quite possibly. I can't remember what it did exactly, but it made it pretty much unplayable for... it was a huge debuff.
Yeah. There's you can, if you search it like WoW Plague or whatever, you'll probably find it. But my mum actually brought it to my attention. She was like, "Oh, do you know about this?"
Corrupted Blood.
No, I don't play WoW.
Yeah, Salgrob dungeon. It's funny as hell. But yeah, I don't think Cloud Imperium are going to shy away from diseases in game. I mean, why could you? You can't shy away from death either. Death's not great. But yeah, they won't shy away from that.
I know we already can do contracts for various security guilds / companies. Has CIG hinted at the possibility of actually being hired by these groups in the future, or even enlisting with the UEE perhaps?
So there's going to be full-on guilds and reputation systems for loads of different factions, and you can do big chains with them and get bonuses with them and get access to more things from them, but also they might have their own shops or contacts and stuff like that. So in that sense, yes, you can be part of their factions, and I suspect that there will be UEE as a faction and Civil Defence Force and stuff like that, and branches of the UEE that you'll be able to do missions for. So in that way, yes.
Hi, BoredGamer, watching
Hi.
from Australia.
You said that. You said that like Uncle Roger.
When do you predict we will see some more on the Banu Merchantman, i.e. new concept art, etc.?
So I suspect you'll see more on the Banu Merchantman towards the end of this year, but I do not expect the Banu Merchantman to be in development until middle of next year at the earliest, in my opinion anyway.
My cat's being a pest. You alright?
Does he want to ask a question?
He says brr.
Okay. No, I'm actually pretty hot. I've had to take off my incredibly warm blanket. So I want to share a cat story. So there's a three-legged cat that lives down the road from me. Although he doesn't. He lives in my house. He's lived in my house 99% of the time for the last like 4 or 5 months. And I heard wow, wow, wow. And I was like, what? Where is this? He doesn't normally go in the front room, but he was in the front room at the window, just meowing at me. I was like, okay. So he started stroking him, and after a while, he collapsed into me, stuck his tongue out halfway, and then just slowly rubbed his drooling face on my arms for about 3 minutes. Just, I was like, are you all right? He's a proper little dum-dum. I love him. So give me another one, Sin. Otherwise, I'll just go catty for the rest of the day.
If I crash my friend's ship and we get stranded, what will we do for food? Will he start to look like chicken, and can I eat him?
I don't think we can eat humans. We can't eat people, as far as I'm aware. You can eat stuff on people. So if they had a load of chocolate bars on them, nom nom nom. For those of you that don't know, me and Sin played through Forest once, and we were playing this one section where we were getting to like this underground facility through a load of caves. We were away from our main base for must have been 5+ hours, yeah, and we had got through all of the food on us. Also, Zin had thought, because I turned around as we were about to go into a canteen, I think actually, I turned around and she is cooking some legs and nomming them up and like. I just eating like I had nom nom. I was like, you got food? She's like eating 3 legs of humans. I was like, oh, are you sure you don't want any of my chocolate bars?
Yeah, you fucking.
It's got a load of protein bars and stuff in me still, or a couple. And then we fell into a canteen where they had a load of vending machines and
food.
But the funnier thing was that we had run out of paper on the way there as well for kindling for our fires. But we had big stacks of cash, which we'd burnt through a huge amount of, because money was useless. But then all these vending machines were collecting money. We were like, oh! We're just burning food. Oh, that's a great game. We're looking forward to Forest 2, Sons of Forest.
Sons of the Forest. Yeah.
We're also
not been much more news about that either.
No, there hasn't. We probably should check out the Green Hell update, because it's a whole new story campaign. As far as I'm aware,
yeah. We haven't finished the first one.
We know we finished it. We just got the repeat ending. Not the bring the blue alive toad back to the thing. We were too tired. You should have just gone, I'm going to bed, to me. That's what you should have said, Sin. It was your fault. I'm blaming you. Don't know why. Right. Give me another question.
Hi, at BoredGamer. Hope you and the family are well. My question: do we know when the Nomad will be in game?
It's in game. Next.
Just logged in after a few days and lost all my guns and armor. ECU stayed the same. Does this happen every patch?
No, it doesn't happen every patch. Often people's gear that's equipped to their character, and loadout stuff that's equipped to people's ships can be reset with the database reset. Hopefully you shouldn't have lost all your assets across your account. Hopefully they should still be in your inventory, the ones that weren't equipped. But sometimes that can happen. It is buggy. Star Citizen is an alpha for a reason. So I'm sorry that you've gone through that. So I say it like it's a terrible. I say it like it's a terrible tragedy. Sorry.
Hey, Board and Zin, a big hug from Spain. When do you think we'll have the Kraken in our hands?
Number one, okay, the Kraken is too big for your hands. Number two, big hug from Spain. Yeah, that is illegal in my country at the moment. No hugs, no social distancing. You better be wearing a mask. Thank you very much, Rages and Sage, for that sub. Very much appreciated. But virtual hugs back to you. But socially distanced virtual hugs with a mask on. What was the actual question? What did they say?
Kraken. When will we have the Kraken?
Kraken. So, to me, it looks like Cloud Imperium are going to prioritise it in the not too distant future, because they'll want it for pyro. They'll want it for pirate bases. They'll want it for literally having areas that make sense for pirates to operate out of in their dynamic universe simulation. Because they go, oh, how do we justify pirates being in this area? Well, actually, we can have them operating out of a Kraken, and then have missions to take out these Krakens occasionally in pirate bases. So I would expect to actually see it next year. That is not a confirmation. That is I reckon.
What are your top 2 everyday ships, and do you think CIG will offer in-game campaign medals, decals, or jacket patches that we can use for decoration? I nearly read that as jacket potatoes.
Oh my god, yeah, a little bit potato heads in your ship, like me. Yeah, I think you'll get physicalized merchandise of that and in-game stuff of that, almost certainly. That's the sort of stuff they want to do, it looks like.
And what are your top 2 everyday ships?
My top 2 everyday ships? It's such a weird question. Mercury Star Runner, I love. She is fave. And then the Cutlass, probably the Cutlass Black, just because it's cheap. Yeah, done. Next.
F7C Mark III when?
In the future. You almost certainly will. No plans for it currently, as far as I'm aware. You will see improved versions of ships, which are not just replacing them, but they are like, this is the 2970 version, or whatever. So that they literally will have future versions like car manufacturers do today, that's in lore and in game, and both versions will exist in game. But no confirmation of when any of that's coming out for any other ships.
When we get our own habs, do you think there will be armistice zones?
Do I think there will be armistice zones? So it looks like they're trying to lift armistice zones, both FPS and space, everywhere where possible, and have lore systems to cover them. And I suspect that will be done this year. So you might have armistice zones inside habs in cities, maybe, to prevent some form of exploits or glitching or something, so that you can't just block someone's door and shoot them as they come out, maybe. But that will be handled by CIG in-game systems. And they're going to try and make everywhere as free as possible to do what you want, but with consequences.
Does the 3-legged cat have a substitute wheel for a leg?
No, he doesn't. So he had it removed, as far as I'm aware, because he has arthritis, but he can support himself on 3 legs.
Yeah, no. Although, maybe, I don't know.
Oh, sorry, I was answering, but I didn't push the button down. So everyone else heard, but not you. So I'll repeat it just for you, Zin.
Thanks.
Yes, he's got a full a little hover pack as well that he floats on. We made him into a little hovercraft. Can float him around. No, so he had arthritis of his leg, as far as I'm aware. It's not technically my cat, or actually my cat. He's owned by someone else. They occasionally come round and look very grumpy, like, "My cat, she stays here because you feed him." It's like, he eats. I don't feed him. He eats the food here. He eats my cat's food here. He eats all. But I do love him, so I give him loves. But yeah, so he had it removed because he had arthritis, like crippling arthritis in that leg. But he can support himself on 3 legs, fine. Although he gets a bit derpy when you stroke him, and he sort of like rolls into you, so that because he doesn't want to support himself properly. He's a very social, very lovely cat.
Where did that other one go in it? Right. What is the music at the end of the video, and where is the full track? My girlfriend loves it.
Something people.
Please greet her. Briatra?
Is that how we do greetings? Beatra!
That's how her name's spelled, isn't it?
Greetings, Beatra. Beatria. I can't even see how her name's spelled.
There's no A there.
What?
Riatra?
Riatra. I think it said something with
like
B. There's no B there or an R. What's going on?
A. No, there's no B.
No B or A. Rrr. Greetings, rrr. Is that good?
And I've linked the YouTube video to the music.
It's the beautiful people. Something people. The people.
Beautiful people.
The beautiful people.
Marilyn Manson. No, ordinary people.
Ordinary people. Also, I think I'm supposed to disavow Marilyn Manson at the moment for some reason. I saw it on my Twitter, but I don't really care anymore about anything in the news. Yeah.
Is there a time frame on the Xenothreat event?
So, the expected time frame is until they bring out a new dynamic event. It's sort of roughly what it's expected. So, we don't really know is the answer to it, to that. We're expecting every major patch, potentially there to be a new major event, with the Ninetales lockdown maybe being the next one that's coming along. And they might mix and match. It might be sometimes Xenothreat attacks, and sometimes the Ninetales lockdown happens, and they can change it up whenever they want. But it might be that every quarter they change it up to a different one, and then maybe go back after they've edited some bits, because these events will evolve significantly. I don't suspect that they're ever going to be truly one time ever unique, because they're building an alpha game that they want to use lessons learned from all this stuff and put it in the full game where possible. But expect it to evolve significantly. If you're talking about, is there a time limit on the individual mission in game as well? So like, is it like 3 hours or 4 hours, or whatever? We don't know either at the moment, because at the moment we're in phase 1, which is the preparation. Xenothreat's about to attack. And we're not even sure how the phases actually progress, because I was expecting the phases to progress as you completed them, but it might be as you complete them, well, then a little bit later, a day later or something, maybe they'll move on to the next phase. So we're not actually sure how CIG are going to progress that, whether it's immediate or if it's stepped a little bit later.
Is it likely they're going to add magnetic boots like in The Expanse? Sometimes it's a pain in the ass to walk through ships without grav.
We've previously had magnetic boots back in the day in Star Citizen, and they removed them. So what you're going to have is you're going to have artificial gravity from your EVA pack. So they've got a little EVA pack on your back, which will start to burn fuel soon. You're going to get different EVA rigs and different suits with different EVA rigs on them. But it's going to thrust downwards to simulate gravity, so it literally pushes you on the floor. And that will be very similar to mag boots, but you can also walk in any direction, I suppose, as well. Question mark?
If I die using a flare pistol, does it drop like a weapon bought in game, or do I keep it?
Anything that you have in your hands at the moment will drop on you. Sometimes it randomly disappears. In the future, you should be able to ensure these.
What if it's a flare pistol?
I don't... just anything, I believe. I've not specifics for every individual thing, but I believe it's the same for everything.
Okay.
So, yeah, the unique stuff and the stuff that you get from subs still drops and you can lose it briefly from your account until there's been another reset or whatever. So sort of bear that in mind. In the future, you should be able to insure it, though.
Now that you have confirmed the Kraken for next year, will you live as a pirate or a law-abiding citizen? Also, if you live in Pyro and you do pirate stuff, do you wake up in prison if you die, or does that only happen when you're in Stanton?
So that doesn't even necessarily happen when you're in Stanton. So to go to prison in Stanton now, you have to be killed or killed within range of someone that is actively hunting you and has right to hunt you, like as a bounty hunter or a security force person, okay? So bear that in mind. You don't always go to prison. If you die to a random asteroid collision when you're not being chased by someone as a naughty boy, then you shouldn't go to prison. And in the Pyro system, you shouldn't go to prison, and again, unless you've been captured or taken out by someone that's specifically eligible to hunt you, and that their goal would be to take you to prison. And then, even then, typically it would be they'd capture you and have to take you to a bounty officer is what we're expecting. Although the expectation of that is that when you get captured by a bounty hunter, you can choose to immediately respawn in prison, or be captured by them and wait, potentially get rescued. But that's the expectation of that gameplay loop. That's what Cloud Imperium have said they're thinking of. I've set up a donation goal for new hardware for you. Although,
cool.
That's where donations are going now. Zin, I was going to give Zin my hand-me-downs, so she was going to get a 3950X and a 2080 Ti, but I'll flog those or give them away or something, and I'll get her the same hardware as me. That makes more sense, I think. Although you might have to be waiting several years for it to arrive.
Yeah. Do you think the refinery ship will be around the Kraken size and allow the mole or prospector to land on it, or will it go the other way around and be smaller and only allow the dropping off of ore?
I would very much expect it to be smaller, and maybe it will. And I would expect it to be both a refinery that can be outfitted for different refining tasks. So modular refinery, small modular refinery. That would be my expectation. Because they refer to it as a mobile refinery. Yes, every ship in the game is going to be mobile, but it's mobile to me in that sense, I believe, meant small. What you got, Zin?
I don't get this one. Will the new Crusader Giant need clown tech before we are seeing it?
Yeah, so you need clown tech. You need all these sort of clowns to come out of cars and cream pie in your face. Well, no, wait, no. So, yeah, Crusader is a gas giant. They've been working on the gas cloud tech for that for a while, and it will come out with Orison in 3.14 is what we expect. It is gas giant cloud tech. It's not exactly the same as the gas clouds that they're using for Nebula or the Coil or clouds for weather. They're all sort of different, but they are related in the way that they are volumetric clouds or use a lot of volumetric cloud sort of tech. But they are different. Come on, give me another one, Sin. Come on. None of your clown tech.
There will be random encounters such as AI pirates attacking you, but not as an accepted mission?
Yes. That's part of the dynamic unit. It's not technically random. So with the dynamic universe sim, or the quantum system, as they call it, Tony Zero calls it, it will work out probability volumes of, are you likely to get quantum interdicted in an area, or is an event likely to occur? Are these non-taken missions? So events is an event likely to happen? What is that event, and who's doing it, and what the loadouts are? Is all based on the probability volumes. So what is going on in the area and the likelihood you will encounter stuff is all fed in from a huge amount of other data, so that it is accurate to what's currently going on the server and the economy and billions of other factors. So yes, you can be interdicted, and And I think they said they want to try and compress content together. So multiple probability volumes could intersect, where technically you might get an encounter where you see asteroids, you might get an encounter where you see cargo ship, and you might get an encounter on the same route where you see a pirate. They're going to try and sort of like have a system that compresses that, so that you'd see an asteroid, a little asteroid area where there's a cargo ship that's being attacked by a pirate, and you'd come out as an event. So they sort of compress content together as part of the system as well. Just as a little side note.
Good job.
Thanks, mate.
Will CIG put the coronavirus in game?
No, not specifically. They may have references to real world things, and they might be influenced. Obviously, everyone's going to be influenced by real world things. I don't think they want to overtly poke something that some people will take offensively somehow, but there will be disease in game. There's PlayStation System version 2 that's coming out this year, which is going to probably add hygiene and other medical gameplay. Medical gameplay will be a thing. I suspect there are going to be locked down / plague planets in the future. Maybe we won't be able to travel to them, but maybe they'll have a load of, please bring medical supplies to this planet. There'll be missions like that.
Do you think player-made bases, out of any patrolled space, will be able to somehow have a comma ray thing so laws can be enforced, i.e. so turrets can attack, making a safe zone?
You'll certainly be able to have defences there. I really like the idea of comma relays. But, okay, so in UEE territory, there is going to be land claims. So when you're in UEE territory, in like the Stanton system or other UE systems, you'll be able to place land claims. That gives you the protection of the laws in that area. So that has to act as a comma ray to some extent. Otherwise, that just wouldn't work. So yes, I suspect that land claims and potential other structures of power will give you comma ray type things there. That's an expectation based on what Cloud Imperium have said and how other systems are supposed to work. Would you get that in Pyro? No. You would not, because there is no security forces in Pyro. There's no need for land claims. You might be able to, well, you'll still be able to have defences that you can place. You might be able to pay NPCs or players to patrol and protect your area as well. And, yeah. But beyond that, we don't 100% know. It's true of everything in Star Citizen, though. We don't 100% know fucking anything. Pardon my French. What else we got, Zin?
Other than the seat and initial loadout, is there a difference between Hornet and Super Hornet?
Not really. You get the ball turret and everything for the normal Hornet. It's functionally the same. I think it might... It's supposed to be have heavier armor. The fact that it's when we've got the physical damage system in, the fact that it is a bit longer might be to its might actually be better for it. Might not. But yeah, Super Hornet 2-seat, better loadout.
Did they mention if they're working on the trading app in iterations right now? I couldn't read that word for a sec.
I'm not sure if they've mentioned it, but I know they are. They're working on the economy, assets, and trade and inventory. Or a lot of it's basically the same thing for the UI stuff for that, and they are actively working on that now.
I had a quick go last night on the new patch and noticed the new shield tech on an Eclipse. Is this now added to all ships?
I didn't realise it was on the Eclipse. So they are phasing it in for all the ships, the new sign distance field tech. I thought it was only on the Javelin and the Idris at the moment, but cool if it's on the Eclipse as well. I haven't noticed. I don't think I've actually seen an Eclipse in 3.12.1.
Was there an issue with the MSR's loadout in 3.12 with the ammo depleting too quickly? I couldn't even kill one person. Seems to have been fixed now though. In love with it again.
It's more of a statement, isn't it?
I guess.
So, Dimeblock, one second. Dimeblock, do you want me to say that Do I make you Randy, baby? I can't do an Austin Powers. Do I make you Randy, baby? Or did you want Zin to say it?
That's pretty good. No, I'm not saying it.
So I am British. Actually, is Mike Myers British? He's not, is he?
No, he's not. He's American.
I haven't seen Wayne's World in years. Fuck. Huh.
Actually, is Mike. Anyway.
Sorry, I cut you off there, Zin, to do an Austin Powers impression.
That's fine.
But what was the question you asked before I cut you off?
Well, no, I was just saying, like, were you aware of any issue with the MSR's loadout with ammo depleted too quickly? I don't think we were we?
No, we were using energy weapons, so we wouldn't notice. We weren't using ballistics, so yeah. Make sure you've loaded your ballistic weapons appropriately. Thank you very much for the looky boy, the thingy boy, the hosty boy. And Techno Toad, thank you very much for the money. Cheers from across the pond, appreciate it. I will chuck in all super chats or anything that I can into the kitty for Sin's hardware for the next month or so. Top up the rest, because that's what I should do anyway with the company money.
Everybody's telling me Mike Myers is Canadian. Somebody tells me he's British but was raised in Canada. And somebody else said he's an American Scotty.
He's British Canadian. Yeah. Oh, he's got a bit tubby in lockdown.
Hasn't everyone?
No, I've lost loads of weight.
Me.
Yeah, that is jealousy. That is genuine jealousy. Especially because I had a doner kebab, and I still got half
I've
fat
had a
over
doner
there.
kebab, but
yeah,
that's also making me fatter.
Slowly, every week you'll notice. Don't talk like this. But have you recently bought a Mercury Star? You're right, Sin. Yes. Oh.
No, he was born in Canada straight up. I think somebody might have Googled.
Thank you very much, Raid. Thank you very much for the raid for the sub. Appreciated. Star, Raging Sage. I love you all. I love you all. You're all pretty nice. Pretty nice chaps.
Any news on the progress of Constellation Taurus development? Will it be hangar ready to preview before release?
No, so hangar ready ships are a thing of the past. No. Although you occasionally will see, I suppose, hangar ready in the form of you'll see them at expo halls, like the Fleet Week Expo Hall and the Intergalactic Aerospace stuff, and they'll show ships in development, which is kind of close to hangar ready. The Constellation Taurus is currently pegged for 3.14, so the Q2 end of June patch. Although historically they have repeatedly paused the development of the Constellation Taurus for some reason or another.
Because it's not important.
It's not as important as other tasks. That is what prioritizations mean. It will be straight to flyable. So are you asking what straight to flyable is? Straight to flyable means, okay. So some ships are announced and have a concept phase. They go, I've got a fucking hair in my mouth. That's not what I do.
Where from?
And my entire t-shirt is covered in cat hair. My lower part.
Okay.
So some ships, they have a concept sale for. They go, this is this ship, the Kraken, and we're selling it to you at the earliest possible stage while it's being built and concepted. So this is the idea of it. This is what it currently looks like. This is what we plan to do with it. It will be flyable in several years. Yeah. Some ships they don't have that concept phase for, and they kind of like typically are like, oh, we're not going to tell you about it. We're working on something, and
like
then
the Nomad.
Like the Nomad, and then they go, ha! This ship has come out. It's the Nomad, and it's available in game and available to purchase. That's straight to flyable. So basically, no public-facing concept phase. Give me some more. Give me them questions.
Yeah, I'm copying past doing everything so I can do it in order. Is the Prospect? Oh no, yeah, sorry. Is the Prospector the only viable mining vessel? No.
So it depends on the type of mining you want to do. The Rock, obviously, mining vehicle, so you can take that around in your Cutlass Black or whatever, or your Nomad, and do gem node mining. You can mine by hand as well, but gem node mining in the Rock's actually pretty good. You can mine in the Mole or the Prospector. You can do single man mining in the Mole. It's a bit derpy and a bit dumb. At least 2-man operation, preferably 3. It works very well on the mole. But the prospector is great and viable. I mean, I enjoy prospector mining, so it will get more and more viable as time goes on as well. But prospector is a solid choice at the moment, especially with the sort of mining rebalance.
Will the Polaris grow in size?
The Polaris and the Banner Merchantman have grown a bit in size.
Quick and easy. Once you get your new hardware, will you give away your old stuff?
So I'll work out what I'm doing with this old stuff later.
He'll be selling it.
It's possible. I don't know yet. I cannot confirm what I'm doing with my old hardware.
Hornet rework when?
I'm not expecting a proper Hornet rework or anything like that. All ships will get light updates because they need to have a physical damage system, physical components. They'll get lighting updates and things like that, materials updates as the game goes on, but do not expect a big Hornet update.
Am I assuming that most ships, if not all, could survive submerging into Crusader?
Yes, but to what extent? So, at some point you're going to die, almost certainly. You'll get damaged and then die because of the pressure. That's my expectation. I'm not sure how far you'll be able to go in. Hopefully, Hugo, hopefully there is no wipe. There's no wipe for 3.12.1 at the moment. The thing is, Sin, yeah?
Well, no, don't worry about it. I can't be bothered.
no, you've got to say it now. You've got to say it now, otherwise people will be like,
well,
no, you mean to Sin.
Thing is, I don't know much about like gas giants and stuff, but surely they're like are they not under like a lot of pressure?
Yeah.
So it would be like going into the extreme depths in water. Like, I don't think ships would be able to go that far.
Yep, I agree. I don't think they will be able to go that far.
Can you get off my desktop? Thank you.
I think that you'll be able to... So, Orizon's a floating city, which is... there's oxygen in the upper atmosphere, and you can breathe there. So there's a floating city going on, and then they've got the gas giant underneath, and there's supposed to be points of interest at the gas giant. Eventually, they want to have space whales breaching the surface of Crusader. They literally live in it and jump out of it. I would expect some of the gas cloudiness to be flyable in and breachable, and little pockets of gas around that you can sort of fly around. Maybe sort of like a mixture of almost clouds and weather mixed with this sort of like starting of the surface of Crusader would be my expectation. But I don't suspect you'll be able to go very deep into it without getting, as Zin said as well, crushed, damaged, because huge amounts of pressure still, and probably some weird corrosive gases and things like that as well.
Yeah, too as well. Will the game feature clowns, and if so, will they have a car?
What? Yes. Yes. You sound like you're one of those clowns. I suspect DC, if he could get a clown car, Sin's partner, your partner Sin, Sin's partner, he would have a clown car. But it's sort of, the Grey Cat buggy's a bit like a clown car. I'm surprised they don't have a skin for it that's a clown car skin. Haha.
What's with the availability of ammo and medpeds being so low? Bug or intended?
So they sort of rebalanced the amount of stuff that was in shops. I had not checked med pens and ammo in shops, but I suspect they have left it low unintentionally. So hopefully they'll sort that out.
Will they tax landowners?
Potentially. I would expect there'll be upkeep on land claim gameplay, on land claims for yeah. So yeah, I would expect that.
I suppose it would also depend on which planet you.
Yeah. Planet and system.
Different owners, different taxes.
There might be standing upkeep on structures and stuff as well, things like that. I would expect that.
I am assuming that most ships will not be beable submerge themselves into Crusader, or will there be depths that, depending on the ship, go? Yeah, we kind of already covered that. Will I ever love again?
No, you're forever alone.
Oh,
Get used
that's
to
not
it.
very nice.
What? What's wrong with being alone? Exactly.
You joke, but remember the pink dragonfly. A clown buggy isn't out of the cards.
So the pink dragonfly, the
Doesn't
star
DC
kitten.
own? Doesn't
Yes, he
DC
does.
own one of
He
those?
does. He does have one of those. The star
I
kitten
think I just heard him
dragonfly
shout yes from the bathroom.
is a fantastic non-clown car vehicle. I'd say it's the best BM vehicle though. If you're flying past someone's ship that you're just about to board in a load of them. Oh. So, I mean, they are going to allow you to have aftermarket skins and paint your ships and stuff like you want. So you'll be able to make your own clown cars. Don't you worry.
Someone says MedPens are fixed. Could buy 1,500 yesterday.
I think we know why they're going though, Commander Meskeim. Yeah. I think a lot of people are like, yeah, they're fixed. I bought 20,000 of them. I can't buy any. Yeah, but they were working.
I think DC did that to me during the Xeno threat when we were testing the Xeno threat. He's like, oh, I can buy this many. So he bought them all, and I went to the terminal. I was like, they're all gone.
So I went to the terminal, and there was like 20. So I bought 10. And then DC went there, and I think he was like, because I just said buy as many as you can to you guys, and I was like, oh shit, there's only like 20 left, so I only bought 10. And DC bought the other 10, and then you turned up, and you were like, oh, I'm pretty sure. You gotta be careful with that stuff.
When will pledge owners of the Idris and Javelin be able to use the ships themselves in game?
So we don't 100% know. Obviously, those ships are available in game for AI and NPCs to use. You were able to steal the Javelin in the last patch iteration, but not in 3.12.1. So they are not properly flyable. They don't have proper interiors or anything yet. Well, they do, but not in the current builds. So the Javelin and the Idris specifically, we're expecting much closer to the release of Squadron 42 as their focus ships for that, and Cloud Imperium have implied sort of that's when they plan to release those ships to players, but really they need to get them working for players. That's the main restriction requirement there, and they need to have server meshing in, really, because, well, these ships are supposed to be run by large crews, and the server cap is currently 40, so a Javelin, I think, is supposed to have more than 40 crew on it, or at least you could have more than 40 crew on a Javelin to operate it.
Still 40 in the new patch?
Yeah, 3.12.1 live is been reduced from 50 to 40.
Cool.
1 second, I've just got to answer this. Why am I so handsome? I don't know, Garen. I think it's... some of us are blessed with
that was one of my questions
handsomosity. I know, but you can ask it again.
No, I've deleted it now.
What?
Not the actual... Never mind. With regards to the ongoing bugs in Star Citizen, how do you keep from getting frustrated? He doesn't. I've learned to just enjoy the moment while in game and keep telling myself it's progress to a better verse.
So I cover Star Citizen more than actively play it for purpose.
That's what it's got me for.
Well, yeah, for getting footage for sure. Like we join in people's events and stuff. And that's pretty good fun. But typically, when I'm in Star Citizen, I'm trying to do something specific for filming. But I don't have long-term goal of I am playing Star Citizen because I'm trying to buy this ship or whatever. I don't have that yet because I'm waiting for the game to be more complete before I have those goals. And then it won't be frustrating. I don't think you should sit down and try and play a game if it is going to heavily frustrate you. Shut up, Sin. I love Apex. Yeah. If it's causing you that much frustration or whatever, it's potentially better to wait until it's more viable to have the gameplay you want, or just go, I'm going to abandon my goals and just have fun.
I'm not sure if I mentioned this before. People probably weren't even listening. But I actually find it worse because I'm trying to do something specific. If I'm just playing the game for whatever random reason, I'm not so bothered by the bugs because they're not preventing me from doing my goal. So, but when I'm trying to get footage, like I want to get to a certain area and take footage of a specific thing, and then the trains don't work or something like that, and I literally can't get to where I need to go, that's fucking annoying.
So it's a bit different for me because I have the fuck it, that'll do mentality.
Oh yeah, I don't.
So, you don't. You're much more perfectionist than I am. And I'll go, I will try and do this, and if it all falls over, my viewers will understand. That is literally because I could just go, I tried to do this, I couldn't. And people go, ha, lol. that's easy. Boom.
Did tick rates or replenishment rates of trading locations get upgraded in this latest patch?
Yes. Both. Well, I think both. Yeah, they fixed the kiosk and shopping bugs for the most part.
Bored you only so sexy because God made only so many perfect heads. The rest he covered in hair.
Thank you. Yes, exactly. It's just to take away from the perfect shape of your head. I do look a little bit like a beluga whale from the side. I have a long head. I was a cesarean section. Okay? So when you come out your mummy's tummy, rather than out the... I don't even know what to nickname that. Out of the other side... your head doesn't get squished, so you've got a big old beluga whale head like me. Yeah.
It doesn't get Play-Doh'd, like squished into shape.
Yeah, you don't get a normal human head. You get a weird alien head.
Oh, my cat really needs getting fed. I'm going to get DC to do it when he's finished washing.
Good, because you are busy doing the working.
I am. My friend Hanny is angry because the CIG ship sale doesn't make them cheaper. How can I make him happy and still get him to get my Polaris?
Yeah, so this is Hanny buying your ships, isn't it? You just got to work harder. So you shouldn't be trying to affect the price of CIG's ships. You should be trying to make your person make more money. Boom, easy. Did you buy any game stonk? Don't listen to me. You put the boat is probably sold. Don't take financial advice from me. It's a joke. Gotta say that. Gotta say that. I do own a game stonk though.
You're gonna get it framed.
Well, yeah. I mean, I'll get it printed out and framed, but it will just me printing a random piece of paper out that I said is the GameStop stock. Do you know what I mean? Actually, maybe there is some sort of something I can get associated with it that will... Okay, I'll get something. I can go into my meme room in my house as well. For my Pepe's. Oh, fuck.
So I'm just eating a peanut lion bar.
So, people that don't know, Zin made a very... She made a very visceral grunt sound when I mentioned peanut lime bars once. Oh, peanut lime bar. And anytime a woman makes those sounds, you've got to immediately buy them 100 of that thing. So I bought her 100 plus 160 peanut lime bars, which arrived at our house the next day. That's a good use.
It wasn't the next day, it was a couple of days.
What?
And the Tesco delivery driver was like, oh, you must really like peanut lions. And I was like, you've got no idea.
Hope you're not diabetic.
And it's like, oh, but if are these for like the children at your school or something? And I was like, yeah, the children at my school. They're not all for me.
How long ago was that? Because you still got loads left.
I've still got them. It was last. I'll say last year. I mean, we're only in February, but it was.
It was still last year, yeah.
Yeah.
It was a while ago. Might have been November? October, November? What else we got, Zin? You greedy little lion barist.
Zin, did you drink the good wine yet? No, I did not drink the good wine yet.
Oh, did I give you another bottle of my wine or something?
You gave me a bottle of wine to drink on New Year's Eve. Which I did.
Okay. Was it good?
Yeah, it was really nice. It was
Bloody well better be.
I can't remember what wine it was, but yeah, it was good.
It was from one of my Primvitos, wasn't it?
Yeah, Primavito, that's the one. Really nice. Alien NPCs when?
They're working on the Xi'an at the moment. Vandal have had a load of work. You'll see probably the Vandal as the first NPC race that you'll fight in game, because they need them for Squadron 42, and they've done a huge amount of work on them. We don't know when we're going to see them properly in game, but I don't expect it's very long. Maybe when Squadron 42 comes out, then they'll have the Vandal systems and Odin and stuff like that in game. Maybe. I'll probably have the Vandal in Odin.
Do you have access to the crossbow promotion? If so, can I get one from CIG support?
No. I mean, I've seen the crossbow. I knew that they promoted it a long time ago. But is there a crossbow promotion at the moment? Is it?
I don't know.
I haven't seen.
You're the Star Citizen aficionado.
I didn't know of any crossbow promotion that's going on.
Any new news on the Perseus?
No news on the Perseus. You don't need to say new news, because it's
That's
the same
what the
thing.
question said.
Yeah, but he doesn't need to say that, or they don't need to say that.
Okay. Since the Vandal are an alien race, will there be human abductions and Vandals armed with anal probes?
Oh, I mean, it depends where they stab their knives, doesn't it? And their Vandal spears. So no additional probing as far as I'm aware. But there certainly are Vandal abductions, because there's lore about that, and harvesters and things like that. And we're not sure if they turn them into meat, or if they slave them, or what.
Is there any new info on the VR front for Star Citizen?
No, we're waiting for the Gen 12 render in Vulkan to come out, and then we're going to start poking CIG about VR.
Will space cows be rideable?
So I don't believe they are supposed to be rideable, but if they exist in the game, people will ride them somehow. That is a known thing. I will somehow ride it. And whether that's me standing on it jankily, no, don't make it weird. Don't make it sexy. I promise you it's not.
I think you tried to do that once on my Gladius. If you remember when we were at Stego Canyon.
Stego Canyon, yeah. I sat
you
down
tried to jump
and then I
on my
fell
ship.
through.
Yeah.
Yeah. Good old Stego Canyon.
To be fair, I think it would have been possible, but it was just desync, basically. Just the inability for clients to know what other clients are doing.
Well, without Star Citizen being janky and having desync and weird bugs, we wouldn't have had Stego Canyon in the first place.
Indeed. Oh, we don't have it anymore. Rip Stego Canyon.
Rip Stego Canyon. I am a canyon! Wait.
Okay. When will you release a pop figurine?
You can just buy a potato. They pretty much all look like me. And depending on the size, you can go, it's it's a young board gamer. It's an old board gamer with warts.
Oh, look, this one's actually growing hair.
Fuck off. Again, young board gamer.
What is a tick rate? They say that the servers have a tick rate of 10 per second, but then they say commodities refresh once per tick, which seems to be every 5 minutes or more.
So, okay. So the tick rate of a server is sort of the frame rate of the server, how many updates it gets per second. So they aim for 30. I think at the moment, typically it's 10 is the sort of where they go, but they're aiming for 30. And yeah, the server updates entities and positions every that many times a second.
Is that it?
Yeah, so I mean, commodities don't refresh once per tick, though. That's not what happens. They refresh every so often. and I'm not sure what the time is on that in 3.12.1. So I need to check that out, because obviously they updated it for 3.12.1 as well. So, which seems to be every 5 minutes at the moment. Okay, so but that's not to do with a tick, or maybe it is, but that's a lot of ticks.
Yeah. Does CIG have any plans to allow us to play on the various arcade machines located around Stanton?
So they're literally building the animations and screens for AI and NPCs to do it, and I would expect they will be fully functional for players as well in the future, because they can do. I mean, they've got Hyper Vanguard Force on the website, which is basically one of the games you can play on there. So yeah, in the future, almost certainly.
Will BoredGamer ever start to interview CIG devs on behalf of the community?
Yes, I started requesting that just before the coronavirus happened, and to be honest, I should start requesting it again, because it might be quite easy for them to do now if they're all remote working. So I'll start requesting it again. But yes, that is the plan. What I want to do is get used to podcasting with Zin once a week on hot topics, and then start getting some people in, whether that be Sotley Mike and streamers and people, or devs, or people that make apps and things, or people like Corsair who do the demo rally.
What do you think the final outcome of Port Olisar will be, as I imagine the new one will not use the current model? I would love to see it hidden away in the universe somewhere.
It will be the station, I believe, that is next to Crusader. So they're going to replace the Port Olisar that's next to Crusader with new Port Olisar using the new updated space station tech and modular system for space stations, and just replace the old one. Now, yeah, it might go out with a boom. They might blow it up in an event and then replace it, or they might just replace it. Yes, just.
Do you think they'll stick the old one anywhere else? Or do you think they're just going to scrap it?
So you might see references to it, like on the holo tables and stuff. They might reference the old style of stations. I mean, some of those old parts and modules are reused elsewhere for scrap and things like that as well. So bits of it will be reused. I mean, I'd be happy if they kept the old Port Olisar, to be honest, but they do appear to be replacing it with one of the stations like Port Tressler.
Are more ship paints coming for purchase?
Yes, more to purchase in the future, but also you'll be able to purchase them in game, and then there will be aftermarket customization for paint jobs in the future. Not too distant future, it looks like as well.
Do you think there will be, or should be, any protection against getting disconnected rather than losing hours of work due to a bad connection?
Yeah, so I was hoping that they'd have a little bit of a better system for recovering your cargo and your states. Now, you can, if you get disconnected, jump back in and quite often get back to where you were on the same server. Bam. If the server crashes, you might have just lost everything though, which is annoying. There will be full persistence in the future. There will be redundancy and recoverability of the servers as well, so the servers will effectively regenerate, and there'll be a load of services that sort of protect each other and jump in to protect the server from crashing and things like that as well. So in the future it shouldn't be an issue at all, and in the interim, it's sort of like the mid-term, I think they are putting some sort of protectional solutions in, but I'm not sure exactly what they will be.
U2's BoredGamer when?
Does he mean YouTubes?
I don't know. Maybe that's a sort of brand of pop type thing. Yeah.
Okay.
Of course it's Gearin.
This soon.
U2's collectibles. Oh, I see. Yeah, so they're collectibles for
bobbleheads. Are they figurines of YouTubers? Is that what it is?
I have no idea.
Ugh, please don't be. I never want to be YouTube famous. I'm happy being known in the Star Citizen community, and hopefully people don't think I'm a cock. Because I want to be able to go to CitizenCon events and have drinks and chat to people and be a massive nerd, and then that is the extent of my celebrity. That's perfect.
It does appear to be. It also appears to be like memes and stuff.
Is it? Do you see people like Markiplier there?
I don't know.
You know what Markiplier looks like. I specifically went for a semi-famous YouTuber that you know.
I can't see him. It does appear to be. It does appear to be.
Okay. What else we got? We got 10 minutes left, Sin, and we're done.
Okay. When will the Carrick CCU be available again?
Probably during Fleet Week, end of May.
Am I missing any questions? And how frequent does the event play in the server?
We don't know yet.
Xenothreat.
We don't know. We're waiting for it to go live. At the moment, we're in phase 1, which is the preparation of Xenothreat's attack. But we literally don't know how CIG are going to do it in the live build.
Are there space sharks and will they have lasers?
There are no space sharks yet. There are space whales, which are going to be in game in Crusader. But they're not technically in space. Well, everything's in space. They are surface bound for the most part in the gas giant. No lasers as far as we're aware on their heads. Maybe in the future.
Will you be live streaming the Xenothreat event when it comes out?
We may be doing some Xenothreat stuff on the weekend as a video or a live stream based on what happens with that. And we might go, Zin's event, we're doing it live, we're doing it now! Like something like that. So bear that in mind.
Mm-hmm.
So maybe.
When do you think we will get to eat pizza in game?
It's weird that we can't already, seeing that pizza exists in game, but just can't be bought and eaten. Very soon.
What do you mean with, of course, it's Gearin?
What? What? I get it's the way you said it. Can tell when it's Gearin.
When are we going to see skill-based movement and air strafing in game?
Is that DC? Ah, of course it fucking is.
Direct question.
You can do that in ships already.
I don't think he's even listening to you, to be fair.
Can air strafe an EVA and in his ship. Get fucked. You scrub. Pardon my French. I'm sorry if people are listening with their children. And I'm not sure why they'd be listening to me. And that taught you a lesson, didn't it?
Would you say not getting out server meshing this year will stall development regarding new gameplay significantly?
No, the slow development's going to stall development. They just, look, if they can get it out, they get it out. If not, it'll be sort of between early to middle of next year, probably. It's something that's needed for the game. It doesn't stall development in the sense that they can't, they stop working on everything else. They're working on loads of stuff simultaneously, and they can. They're building everything with server meshing in mind. It allows for us to get a lot more content in the game, which is a lot more functional and towards its final level, though. So it would be good to have it because it opens the floodgates for content more readily.
Do you think this game will ever make it to the market? Is it really worth getting it into it now?
It depends on what sort of experience you want to have now. If you want to influence the game, if you want to have your voice heard when it comes to balancing and balancing of sort of issues and gameplay and ideas on gameplay and getting involved with the playtests and help find bugs, yeah, it's worth getting involved now. If you don't want to do that, is it worth sitting down and playing for hundreds and thousands of hours now? No, it is not. It is not a sit down and play game yet. It is not a hold your hand game. It is not a persistent, constantly evolving game in the sense of the like Eve or Elite Dangerous or No Man's Sky is. They're complete games. They're complete games that are having more added to them. Star Citizen is still having its core components done, and it is playable, but it is alpha, and they are at conflict being playable and alpha at times.
How long until we see Reavers in game? You know, zombie-like humans.
That's a good point. So he's talking about from Firefly. I mean, you'll have pirates that are probably like that. Maybe you'll have humans that are infected with something that makes them like that, or alien race that's sort of like that. I mean, the Vandal are kind of like quite angry humans. I mean, they're obviously fish people, but you have aliens that are similar to that. You have fights that are similar to that. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah.
Yeah.
There are quite a few questions that don't have questions on them, and I've lost them now.
Okay, well, try and we've got 5 minutes, so try and lightning round any questions you can. Bam. Are there any more questions that people want to chuck in quick as well?
Will we keep our purchased ships all the way to the full release, as in purchased from the RSI website?
Yes, you will. Insurance shouldn't matter on those ships either until the game is fully live, so you don't have to worry about them, and you'll get them, and they will not be removed from your account during a reset.
Oh, fuck off, Garen.
Yeah, Garen, I love you. When we see a full BoredGamer animation made by Zin, I mean, she'll do like a potato bouncing on the bottom of a screen or something.
Yeah, I'm not an animator.
No, she'll do the South Park type Canadian animations, which you'll see probably more regularly because I like them. She might even make some ships talk in a similar way.
Question,
Hey,
what are we currently watching?
So this is a part of my Xenothreat and Zin Xenothreat playthrough that we did during the tests. So from last week.
Which Vanguard is best?
Depends on what you want to do. I love the Sentinel, but we don't have the E-Warfare gameplay in yet. The Harbinger is very pew-pewy and pretty cool, but obviously missiles have been nerfed. The Warden's just solid because it's going to be pretty survivable. And if you want drop shippiness, then the Hoplite's great.
So all of them.
It depends on your needs.
What are you most looking forward to this year?
Good question. More dynamic events. A Citizen Con if we get one towards the end of the year.
Yeah, I'd really like to go to a Citizen Con.
Ugh, it's going to be so expensive. We have to go to America or Canada or something. Ugh. We might do a watch party this time. We'll see. We'll see what happens. We'll work something out. How important is lifetime insurance? Potentially not very. Like it's a very minor little thing. Don't worry about it. It would be my thing to say to you. Not sure. If you can get it, get it. But if you have to pay money for it, then it's probably not worth it. Because you insure everything in game. And lifetime insurance is probably only going to cover the base hull of your ship, not the additions and changes you make. You probably still have to pay for them in game. So if you like change the weapons and the gear, and that's probably the thing that would cost you the most insurance money anyway. So.
How can I play in the PTU?
So PTU is not live currently, but when it is live, when you go to the Rob Space Industries website, in the Hangar Settings tab on the top right, bam, you can copy your account to the PTU if you have access to the PTU at that current time. And then in the launcher, you literally set PTU rather than the live build in the top left.
Ships bought in game during alpha are going to be on final release? ?
Ships bought in game in alpha will almost certainly be reset when the game goes live, so bear that in mind. But you'll still be able to buy all the ships in game once the game goes live, and then they'll not be reset anymore.
Do expect the V Warden to truly be comparable to the F8C VIP Shio. I think that's meant to be ship. Yeah, ship.
Or solo or something. So, okay, they're comparable because everything can be compared. They suit different purposes. Like, the Warden is going to be more durable and more sluggish. It's not as much of a dogfighter, but it's a bit more of a jouster. They serve different purposes. I mean, the Warden's longer range and stuff like that as well. It's more forward-facing, direct weaponry, but it's not going to be as great at turning. So when they're slogging it out in a close-range dogfight, the F8, in my opinion, would win. But if they've got a bit of range and they can joust and stuff, then the Vanguard would win. That's sort of the way I see it.
Is the Retaliator Bomber upgrade war bond lifetime insurance?
So it didn't look like it. It looks like you keep the original insurance on the package. That's what it looked like to me. I did check.
I don't think we've got time for any more questions.
So right, no,
really.
just go through a couple more.
Does the Vanguard platform keep being modular?
So we're getting modularity for the Retaliator soon. The Vanguards, I don't believe, are modular in the same way. No, they are.
How old do you think you'll be when Star Citizen finally gets to beta?
Actually, one second. Are the Vanguard? No, because Battlefield upgrade kits. No, I think the Vanguards might. Some of the Vanguards are modular. I can't remember. No, some of the Vanguards are modular. They're supposed to be modular, but they sort of got confused because of the Battlefield upgrade kits. But I think they still plan to make them modular in the future. Or at least you can. The Battlefield upgrade kits will allow you to move the bits across from two of them. They made it really confusing with that. So what was the last question, Zim?
How old do you think you'll be when Star Citizen finally gets to beta?
I'll probably be close to 40. Me and Zin will both be relatively close to 40.
I'm pretty close to 40 as it is.
You're only 36, aren't you?
Yeah, I'm 37 this year.
Yeah. Said like an old woman. I'm 37 this year. That's your age now. 37 this year.
Am I 37 this year? Yeah, I'm 37 this year.
Oh, thanks very much for the love, Mad Bad. Thank you very much for all the subscriptions and stuff for people. Thank you, very much appreciated.
Do you want any more, or are we done?
Yeah, just quickly reel some off, and then I'll as I'm getting ready
Will you still be able to buy ships with real money once the game has been released?
You'll at least be able to buy game packages with ships in, and you'll be able to buy in-game currency. You might be able to buy ships, although they sort of said they wouldn't, but I suspect they will. We'll have to wait and see.
Ship sales!
Yep, there's currently a ship sale now. Yep.
Girin's added to his question about the Vanguard platform being modular, but the sold modules for the Vanguards. I don't know.
Yes. Yeah. So the Battlefield upgrade kits for the Vanguards, they are supposed to allow you to change the modular parts of their ships. Yeah, they sort of said they were modular, then they weren't modular. There were variants, and then they were modular again. So I wasn't 100% sure, but I think they're reasonably modular now. And I believe that with the Vanguard changes and updates they made, they basically said they were modular again, so you should be able to change them pretty much to any of the other Vanguards, except maybe the Hoplite. I think the Hoplite is different. No, I think maybe they are all modular now. I will have to check. Any other super quick questions we can do?
We need a complete detailed explain like I'm 5 guide to Xenothreat event. Do you plan on making a guide?
We already had one, but it will need to be updated, and me and Sin will need to play through the live version of it to be able to do that.
We don't know how it's actually changed and how they've actually implemented the full thing.
Because we've obviously played it and all the playtests and everything, but that could be slightly different from how they actually do it. So.
Yeah. How long is the Gear Up sale going to last?
I would expect at least a week. So until next weekend, I would expect.
As I'm almost 50, will there be a retirement gameplay loop by the time the game is released?
Wow. Let's hope so. Oh my god, am I going to be retired by the time the game comes out? That's fucking hilarious.
That would be nice.
Yeah, nice.
Like, because it could be, you retired early because you got loads of money. That'd be nice, right?
That would be nice. I'd love to retire by the time I'm 45. That would be ideal.
Girin says, I was testing your Star Citizen knowledge. I'm pleased. I feel like he's doing like the peaked fingers, you know.
Yeah, it's
finger bridge.
So with the Vanguards, I believe that they literally redid the ramps and bits of the Vanguards so that they were all in line with each other again, so they could be modular again. I think that's literally what they did. Right. Anything else?
Is there any new Theatres of War that I may be unaware of? No.
Well, so Theatres of War stuff, they've talked about it a little bit recently, and they basically said it's going to be going to Eva Carti again relatively soon, and there are elements of core tech like iCache and server meshing and optimizations that they need to put in the game before they can release it to a wider audience beyond that. So we'll go to Eva Carti testing again later this year, and they are working to get it to a wider audience as well, but it needs more core tech.
I think that's enough.
that is enough. Thank you very much for joining us today. Very much appreciated. I love you all very much. I will pass you over to the Star Citizen stream now, because Star Citizen are streaming about weapons and props, and I'm sure they will give you some interesting thingamajogs, which will be useful. I'll drop that in here. Who would win in a arm wrestling contest? Yours in Me.
Me.
No. Although Zin apparently can take a punch. That's we have weird conversations sometimes.
I couldn't take a punch from G though.
Well, yeah, I suppose.
I think we decided nobody could take a punch from G.
He does a full round up punch and puts his weight into it. You are going to be fucking... You're going to be turned into a diamond, mate, under that pressure. But yeah, thank you so much for watching us today. I hope you enjoyed me and Zin talking about Star Citizen. We'll probably be doing a regular podcast, sort of talking about hot topics and controversial things once a week on Star Citizen. And we're planning to play Xenothreat stuff on the weekend, if it goes live properly. 3.12.1 is live. Phase 1 of Xenothreat is there. I would say live, but it's not really a phase. It's Xenothreat's happening soon. They're coming to the stanton system. Get ready.
Oh, they're on their way.
Oh,
Better watch out.
Oh, get ready. Phase 1. Phase 1's the same. We've had Phase 1 for the last several years. But yes, thank you so much for watching. Very much appreciated. Love you guys loads. There'll be some videos from Zin coming out later today as well, because she's done some lore stuff. Love you.